Okay, when I call your name, you know what to do. Right, let me just scroll down. Let's start. Today is 19th December. Okay. Ideal Naim.
Present.
Adeline Kamarina. Azik Nizam.
Present.
Firdaus.
Present.
Muhammad Akmal.
Present.
Alif Iqbal. Amir Haikal. Huh? Wait, who are you? The one who said present. Wait, hold on. Let me reiterate. Alif Iqbal. Amir Haikal. Danish Akmal. Izam Hazami.
Present.
Naim. Muhammad
Present.
Nadra Nadira. Nasiha Nur Alina. Nasiha. Nasazwani.
Present.
Nadira.
Present.
Afrina Fikriya.
Present.
Alkish Jafar.
Present.
Aini Hazira.
Present.
Nurin Irdina.
Present.
Putri Ayu.
Present.
Let me recall these students. Alia Hazika. Hani Shafika. Okay. Aizat Asfa. Alif Iqbal. Amir Haikal. Danish Akmal. Nasiha. Okay.
Present.
Okay. Let me start. Today I will be telling you about your final. I have already done your written article analysis. Okay, the outline I'll be checking it today. Okay, and then I'll be giving you back ASAP. Okay, because you need to do your written article analysis very soon. Okay, and hold on. Where is it? Let's take a look at one or two of the outline. Who's okay? Uh, no. Okay, one more at the bottom. How about this one? Yeah, I told you to give me the Google document. So that I can just suggest it real quick. Oh, that's so okay. Let's take a look. The issue by the author is the issue highlighted by the author. Which one is this one? It's making friends and adult. Okay, wait. Making friends really hard, especially as an adult. Is whether making as an adult is hard. Okay, rephrase this. It's not wrong, but your grammatical error is there. The author's argument is why making friends is really hard. And, no, okay. The author's argument is always to answer this. Is it yes or no? Okay, according to the author. So let's say if it's yes, then the author's argues the impact of remote work and a lack of space, workplace socialization and self-doubt. Wow, your English. You might want to run this through Grammarly sometimes. In the United States is a proper noun. Oh my god. Statistics. In the article by Gonzalez, this is a research findings. Okay, article. You know, research article. Okay, we do that. that down for you. Comment. Okay. This is not an illustration. Okay. I've talked to my HS students about this. Uh, this author's argument is not complete, but he attempts or she attempts to make it complete by providing useful solutions. But useful solutions aren't a counter argument. Okay. So the author attempted to be complete, but did not successfully created or added a counter argument. Okay, hold on. Let me just return that. Next. What's the issue that is present in the article is I told you. I told you, right? There must be that one ketul. Nama pun tak ada. I'm not gonna say what's wrong. You know what is wrong? Who is this? Let me see. Who's this student? Alia, is it? Yeah. Do you know what's wrong, Alia? Are you here? Yeah. Can you unmute your mic and tell me, do you know what's wrong here? Can anybody tell me what's wrong with this? Put it in the chat or unmute yourself. Can anybody tell me what's wrong? I'm not in a good mood right now because I started marking your paper at 6 o'clock. And the highest score is 21.5 out of 30. The least is 14. You want to see how bad it is? Like you're CS students, Last semester wasn't this bad. You say you understand whatever that I teach. Huh? But main idea? You want to see one of the main idea? Let me show you. Let me show you how horrible it can be. Let me take a photo. Where's my phone? And then I'm gonna send to the group. You know who you are, lah. I'm not gonna say who, lah. Okay? Let's see. This is the first question here. First 3 questions. Well done. I don't know what else to say. When I saw that, I was like, because I've been teaching you all, and I even give like samples. I even discussed the samples with you. I don't know what is wrong. So you tell me, Alia, what's wrong with this? Do you know or do you not know? Yes or no? Not use whether or should word. Bruh. So you should change it. Okay? Wait. Let me suggest it for you. The issue that is present in the article is whether vaping is a suitable substitute a substitute for smoking. Whether vaping is a substitute for smoking. Whether vaping is a good substitute or possible substitute. Now, if it's scientific findings, it must have the, what do you call that, a backup to it. Okay, so this could be personal opinion as well because of the word can. Okay, which can cause, because these are more opinionated words. But I wouldn't say that you're wrong. It can be uh seen that way. Research findings over here. You might want to talk about that. This is incorrect because, okay, do you know what do you know what's the opposing viewpoint for this argument? Okay, because you say that the argument is that vaping is not a safer option. So over here it would be, oh, okay, that vaping is safer than smoking. Okay then, all right, this is correct. Raise awareness. Maybe just say to inform. Okay, just use the three that I've already taught you. Smokers as well, right? Okay. This is a very this is very chat GPT, but this one is okay. All right, good job. Other than your issue, moving on. Let me return this. Let me check one more. The rest I will be checking later on, because I would want to finish the class by 9:30 because I have another class at 10. The issue that is present in the article is, oh, this one is the same. Right. One more. It's fine. It's fine. Wait, why is it? Did I not say to put it in? Mm. I'll mark this later. sorry, sorry. I'm just not in the mood. I'm so sorry. Because where's the shoot or whether I'm tired, you know. Okay, so I'm just gonna mark this later when I don't have to yell at y'all. Okay, I'll just yell at myself. Right, so over here is your third assessment, okay, in which it's the final assessment of your e-magazine, okay, and I will be touching on expository writing, this part, and this one would be your homework, okay, you have to read through this, okay. So let's start with the group list over here. Okay. So I've already put in, my apologies. This one, I've already put in the number of students and how many groups you should have. So it should be 5 groups of 5 because you have like 25 students. Okay. So just put in five names. Okay. Right. So you can find the link over here. Let me send it to you on WhatsApp. Oh, 20. Why can't I find your... Oh, here. Ta-da. Do you see that answer? Oh my god, not me having a mental breakdown in the morning. Okay, anyway, let's just continue. All right, let's talk about the assessment. All right, so because it's gonna be really soon. 6 students per group, but you only have 25 of you, so it won't be I can't really like make it into 6 students. Okay, so 5 students per group to make it 25. Okay, because I did my best in counting how to make it like 6 in a group. I just couldn't. Okay, so you can try counting it. So I need to make one as 7 in a group, and I don't want that. That's too big. Okay, so 5 would be lovely. Using a selected theme by the lecturer, you are tasked with creating an e-magazine with 6 articles on different topics of 200 to 250 words. Okay, so I'll be coming up with the theme very, very, very soon. I will be posting it very soon, and once I have posted, I will let you know. Okay, so all you need to do is just come up with an e-magazine based on the theme. So last semester, the theme was environment. Okay, so using this theme, you're supposed to write an essay, an expository essay on the on the topic, on the theme, okay, which is environment. Now, environment can be such a big discourse. You get me? It's not just about pollutions, it's not just about sustainability, it could be about workplace environment, it could be your um healthcare as well. Okay, it can be so many other things when it comes to environment. You can talk about nature, you can talk about plants, okay, so on and so forth. That's environment. So last 2 semesters, okay, the theme was healthy lifestyle, okay, and in this sample you have digital detox, you have mindful living, you have all these. Okay, now in a group of 5, okay, this one is a group of 6. Okay, so you can see 6 essays. So if you have a group of 5, you will have 5 essays, because each student will need to write one essay. Okay, so you will have to give me this sample outline later, okay, where you have your main idea, you have your supporting detail, you have your concluding sentence, you have your reference. Okay, each student will have at least 2 references. 2 references. You see this? Okay, at least 2. If you only give me one, I don't want to see it. Okay, I don't want to see it. I think I've been too lenient with you all. That's why you all come up with things like this. The one that I show you on my screen. So I don't want that. Okay, so in order to save you from your 14 marks out of 30, if you want to score a solid B, you might want to do well for this. Okay? And if you ever use ChatGPT, watch me give you 0. Watch me. Okay? So because I've already warned you. Okay? I'm warning you again. Do not use ChatGPT. Okay? You can use as for ideas, coming up with ideas, but do not copy paste. And do not copy paste and then using ChatGPT to paraphrase it, because it's the same. I can still see it. Okay? So don't, don't, don't do it. That's it. That's my warning. And I'll keep on warning you, just so when I receive it, okay, and then I give half the mark. So out of 30, I can't really mark anything. So I'll give you the most is 15. So if you have like grammatical errors and other kinds of errors inside, it will be like 12 marks. And 5 students will have the same marks, even if you did the essay on your own, but your friends did not, you will have to deal with that as well. Okay, so make sure that you check with your friends, ask them, did you do this? Okay, because you will target your entire team down. Okay, because it's teamwork. All right, 5 in a group. So make sure that you do not jeopardize your friends' marks as well. Okay, so because last semester there were so many who jeopardized their Francis marks, and I have told them time after time after time. So you can ask your seniors how strict I am regarding that. Okay, so as you can see, this one has like three references. Okay, so all you need to do is just write an essay, and the end product would look something like this. Okay, so it should be about like 4 paragraphs. You have your introduction, you have your main idea 1, main idea 2, and then you have your conclusion. Okay, so you have your intro, again, body paragraph 1, which is your first main idea, body paragraph 2, which is your second main idea, and then you have the conclusion. And it's really simple. All you need to do is just come up with one essay per student, compile it in a very nice e-magazine manner. Do you see this? Okay, you can use Canva for this one, all right? And then that's it. Okay, so the guideline, okay, so again, you just need to come up with 200 to 250 words kind of essay, all right, based on the selected theme. I will be giving you the theme very soon again. So after the class lecturer approves, okay, you need to read through relevant articles because you need to use them as a reference, right? Do you see this? Okay, statistics over here, okay, given, and then there's according to everyday health over here, and then there's centers of disease control. So you need to use a lot of really strong supporting details, statistics, research findings, in order for you to make your essay more reliable. Okay, then wait, where is it? Using the articles gathered, you will complete the outline. Okay, in the outline, supporting details and examples should be taken from the 12 articles. The 12 articles is like 6 times 2. So because 6 in the group, right? Okay, 6 students. Each student should read 2 articles. So that's why it's 12. Okay, for 10 in the group would be 10. For 5 in the group will be 10. The outline is to be submitted on week 11, okay, for me to check. Based on the outline, you will then write 6 articles in an expository style. Okay? Reference section must be included. Final submission of the e-magazine is in week 14. Okay? Right. So because the calendar is not very what's the word? Uh, friendly, I would say, okay, to our teaching and learning session for the next few weeks because of New Year, because of Christmas and all. Okay, so this one I might give you more time to complete. Okay, so first just put down your names. Okay, by Friday, maybe tomorrow, I'll be opening up the topics. Okay, the theme, so you can come up with topics for the essay. So it will be something like this. So again, like the theme is healthy lifestyle. You can come up with digital detox, mindful living, and all these. And it has to be expository essay. Okay. So I'll be checking your topics. Okay, ASAP, because you'll be putting it down here. Okay. So what are your topics over here? Right. Then you have like 1, 2, 3. Okay. So that is for later lah. Alright, so that's about it. Everybody clear regarding this e-magazine thing? Is actually really easy. Just one essay per student. If you're clear, thumbs up. Make sure that you are clear, by the way. I have trust issues now. When I see all these, I have trust issues. Okay. I start with our I'm so sorry. I'm so sorry that I let out on y'all. Okay, because I think it's pretty much deserved though. Because of I have already said like issue, you need to write down whether or should. Okay, and you're never mind. Don't think about it. Okay, so we are gonna look at this expository writing. Okay, so have y'all heard of expository writing? If you have, thumbs up. If you have not, thumbs down. Expository writing. Thumbs down. Okay, now mind. So expository writing is an essay that informs other people about something. Okay, so like for example, cause and effect essay. Have you heard of cause and effect essay, students? Like the causes of air pollution, and then you talk about the effects of air pollution. I'm pretty sure you have written this kind of essay before, right? Cause and effects essay. Okay, any essays that informs you about something is called expository essay. Okay, so in your essay for your e-magazine, you're supposed to inform people about your topic at hand. So for example, digital detox, just now that you have seen over here, healthy lifestyle, digital detox. Do you know what is digital detox? If you know, thumbs up. If you don't know, thumbs down. Right. Digital detox is um when you refrain from using social media, like you don't use social media for like 2 weeks, 3 weeks, something like that. Okay, so you're detoxing yourself from social media or like digital usage. So let's say if you don't use a lot of social media, for example, but you use a lot of Safari to watch videos, maybe like watch movies. Okay, or if you go on Discord a lot, okay, and play like online games a lot, okay. So, for example, okay, if you want a digital detox, it would be something that you use all the time, for on your phone. So let's say if you're not an avid social media user, if you refrain yourself from using social media, that's not called detoxing. Okay, detoxing is something that you um disattach yourself from the things that you are attached to, okay, digitally, virtually. Okay, so let's say over here healthy lifestyle, and then you talk about digital detox. You might need to inform your audience what is digital detox. Okay, so for example, in today's digital age, screen have become an integral part. However, the constant exposure to screen comes with its own sets of challenge affecting mental and physical well-being. So this one is a cause and effect essay. Okay, so it tells you what are the effects of um looking at your screen and what you can do about it. Okay, what digital detox can help you to do. Okay, so for example, over here it says excessive screen time has been linked to anxiety and depression. So engaging in digital detox allows you to reclaim your time, enabling more meaningful interactions and fostering a deeper connection. So this is not cause and effect, this is problem solution. The problem is screens bringing or affecting mental and physical health. Okay, so the solution would be digital detoxing. Okay, so expository writing, again, it informs other people about something that you want to talk about. Okay, there's no arguments, there's no agreeing, there's no disagreeing. It is just to inform. Are you clear? Okay, yeah, so let's go straight into expository writing. There are many types of expository writing, all right? And I will be showing or telling you the famous ones or the common ones, okay? And the easier ones for y'all to do, right? So again, expository writing, the purpose of it is to inform your audience about something. Okay, so for example, encyclopedias, e-magazines, textbooks, book reports, all these are written in an expository way. It is to inform you about something. Again, it's not to entertain you. It is not to argue about something. It is just to inform. Right, so a good expository essay is more than a collection of facts. It must have a thesis statement. A thesis statement is in your introduction. Okay, so that's why I need to check your outline. If I don't check your outline, nanti entah apa you'll come up with. Okay, so you should have a thesis statement. Later, I'll tell you what's a thesis statement, and you have to read about it as well because it's in my other slides. Okay, that I'll be teaching you right after you come back from your New Year break. Okay, because it'll be like 2nd of January, right? The next time I see you. Should be organized, okay, body paragraph explain and support the thesis, and also should explain the subject matter in the clearest and most logical way. Okay, technically in an essay, you have to be as short as sweet. as you can. Okay, don't use many bombastic vocabularies. I don't really care about vocabularies too much. I care about how your essay has that flow to it. Okay, so let's say you have one point, you're talking about pizza. Make sure that your entire body paragraph is about pizzas. Because if you use ChatGPT, right? Because I've done so many researches on ChatGPT and how it works, okay, in terms of coherence. Okay, when you talk about pizzas, they will add in burgers, they will add in salt, pepper, vinegar. Okay, that is how ChatGPT works as a system. Okay, so that's why when I read your essay, I would know. Okay, I would know that this is written by you or this is not written by you, because again, I've done extensive research on that. Okay, as a means of, I was just looking at the genre analysis of it. Okay, so strategies of expository writing, there are a few. So you'll be learning these six with me today: example, process analysis, compare contrast, definition, classification, causal analysis. Okay, that's also again problem solution that digital detox just now. All right, so let's take a look at the first one: development by example. So let's say if you want to inform people about something, you just give examples after examples after examples. Let's take a look at this analogy. Okay, perhaps you have heard a friend complain lately about a roommate. Tina is an inconsiderate bore. Impossible to live with, she cries. Your natural response might be to question your friend's rather broad accusation. What makes her so terrible? What does she do that's so bad? Your friend might then respond with specific examples of Tina's insensitivity. She never washes her dishes. She ties up. She always hooks up in the bathroom for hours, and she borrows clothes without asking. By citing several examples, your friend clarifies and supports her general criticism of Tina, thus enabling you to understand her point of view. Okay, so you get me? So let's say you have a friend, okay, and then you're complaining to a friend about your roommate, okay, you're like, oh my god, my roommate is horrible. And then your friend will ask you, right, like, oh, what makes her horrible, like, what do you mean by that? So you tell them specific examples like never wash dishes, borrow clothes without asking, so on and so forth, in order for you to inform your friend of how horrible your roommate is via examples. Okay? Do you get me? Do you understand this analogy? If you understand, thumbs up. Watch me ask that every single time because I don't trust you all anymore. You say you understand and then I don't know, entah apa comes up. Okay, note that you have to carefully choose your examples, especially when you create your uh, e-magazine later. Make sure that these examples are actually supported by scientific facts or like experts' opinions. Okay, so because examples, okay, they are very weak kind of supporting details, so you might want to show the truth about some things. Make sure that the examples that you have given are pretty factual. Okay, your task then is to provide enough specific examples to support your general statement and to make them clear and convincing. Again, examples are weak arguments, right? You have already learned that, okay, and already try to apply that in your second assessment. Let's take a look at this example of a expository writing development by developed by examples. Poor example. Our locally supported TV channel presents a variety of excellent educational shows. So this one is your main idea. Okay? The main idea is that locally support TV channels presents a variety of excellent educational shows. And these shows are informative on a lot of different subjects for both children and adults. The information they offer makes Channel 19 well worth the public funds that support it. Now, the thing is that this is a poor example because they did not tell how excellent it is, okay, towards children and adults. What kinds of shows are you showing, okay, from these locally supported TV channels, okay? What kind of educational shows for children or like adults for it to be, for you to say that it has a variety of it. Okay, so this one is a very poor example. Let's take a look at a good example for it. Over here, our locally supported TV channel presents a variety of excellent educational shows. For example, young children can learn their alphabet and numbers from Sesame Street. Imaginative older children can be encouraged to write by watching Kids Writes, a show on which four hosts read and act out stories written and sent in by youngsters from 8 to 14. Adults then may enjoy learning about antiques and collectibles from a program called The Collector. Each week, the show features an in depth look at buying, selling, trading, displaying collectible items, from dispersion glass to teddy bears to shaker furnitures. Those folks wishing to become handy around the home can use information on repairs from plumbing to wiring on this old house. While the non-musical can learn the difference between scat singing and arias on such programs as jazz and opera today. Money-minded viewers may profit from the tips dropped by stockbrokers who appear on Wall Street Week. The information offered by these and other educational shows on Channel 19 well worth the public funds that support the station. So all these are the examples given. Like for children, okay, you can watch Sesame Streets and Kids Writes, okay, and it shows like what kind of things that you can learn as well, like alphabets and also writing. Okay, so for adults, if you're into antiques, you can take a look at The Collector. If you're into like hands-on kind of DIY show, you can take a look at This Old House. If you're into musicals, then you can watch jazz and opera today over here. And last but not least, if you're into economics, okay, and business, you can watch Wall Street Week. So all these are the examples, and you can see the differences, okay, between this example and also this better version of the poor example. Okay, so that is writing by using examples. Everybody clear? Okay, moving on is process. Process shows steps. Number one, number two, number three, number four. So if you want to talk about like recipes or like different kinds of recipes, then you might want to use process analysis because it shows you direction, how to do something. Number one, two, three, four, five. Like how to do Pilates, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Okay, so a directional process, that's two, right, over here. Directional process would tell the reader how to do something or make something in simple words by giving directions. Okay, so there will be a lot of commands like pour the flour into the mixer. Okay, something like that. So that one is called directional process. While informative process on the other hand, is to tell the reader how something is or was made or done or how something works. So, for example, if you want to teach like how to pay your taxes, then you might want to use informative process. Okay, because informative process it differs from the directional process in terms of which they design primarily to tell people how to do it. Instead, it describes the steps by which someone other than the reader does or makes something. Okay, instead of telling you what to do, you describe the steps instead of making it a command. Okay, this one is a command, this one is not. This one is a description of what you need to do. That's it. Okay, so this one obviously is a better choice for writing expository essay, because if you were to use directional process, you will come up as your tone, okay, will be pretty harsh. Okay, and we don't want that. Okay, so for example, if you want to talk about how to prepare fresh fish, okay, this could be your outline. All right, so let's say there are so many ways to prepare fish, right? Okay, like siang ikan, and how to prepare and make it as well to cook fish. First thing first, okay, you need to identify what are the main ideas. So there are three main ideas over here: cleaning, cooking, and serving. In the main ideas, there are supporting details. The supporting details will be one, two, three. Okay, so in cleaning, you have scaling, you have beheading, you have gutting. All these are your major supporting details. So if you want, when you want to talk about cooking, okay, you need to wash first, then season, then bread, then fry. Bread is when you like marinate it in a way, okay, where you use like eggs, breadcrumbs, and flour, okay, to make it like friable. Next is when you serve, you need to drain the oil, excess oil, portion it, and garnish it with lemon zest or whatever that you have in mind. Okay, so again, this one would be your um, main idea. Okay, and then what do you need to do is your major sporting detail. Okay, based on the main idea, because scaling, beheading, and gutting, all these are part of cleaning. Okay, so are you clear with how process analysis is done? If you're clear, thumbs up, because that's about it. Process analysis deals with the steps. As long as you follow the steps, then all is good. Okay, especially when it comes to like recipes. Okay, so you might want to do something like that for your expository essay, because so far, right, for the 2 semesters that I've taught LCC 501, um my students like to do like definition essay, cause and effect. Okay, I've never really seen someone do process analysis. So if you want to do process analysis, please go ahead. Okay. Next is compare contrast. Okay, compare is when you show similarities, contrast is when you show differences. So let's say if you want to take a look at Tesla and Toyota. Okay, which one do you prefer? Okay, it's up to you. Okay, it doesn't matter. But because when you do expository writing, it doesn't matter about what you prefer. Okay, because you need to talk about something factual. It's not about your emotions. Okay, it is about what kind of evidence are there. So let's say you want to compare Tesla and also like Toyota, right? Okay, you might want to take a look at their body specs. Okay, like their engine, okay, and also like what else, their power, okay, and so on and so forth. And then you might want to look at the interior, what do they have inside, okay, because when it comes to interior, of course, Tesla would have a higher, preference, or like more specs, okay, interior specs than Toyota, I would say, because Tesla is a self no it's an auto-driven car. It's not a self-driven car. Toyota is a self-driven car. Okay, and you might also want to talk about the style of it as well, like whether it is hatchback, whether it is sedan or SUV. Okay, so you can compare the similarities, or you can have like differences as well. That is compare contrast. All right. So when you write a comparison or contrast essay, your opinion on two elements, it must be two elements. You can't compare one thing, right? There's nothing to compare with one. So it needs to be two or more than two. In question becomes your thesis statement. So there are two ways to write compare and contrast analysis. Okay, one is through point by point. So in your thesis statement, okay, in your thesis statement, what is this thesis statement is that it shows you, or it gives you a preview of your body paragraph. Okay, for example, let's take a look at this thesis statement. Mom's Hamburger Haven is a better family restaurant than McPhony's. Okay, we stop here. This one is the author's argument, correct? Mom's Hamburger Haven is a better family restaurant than McPhony's. Then it says because of its superior food. So this one is the first main idea. The second main idea is the service. And the third main idea is atmosphere. So when you have three main ideas, you have three body paragraphs. Okay, so the first body paragraph will reflect the first main idea, the second body paragraph will reflect the second main idea, and the third body paragraph will reflect the third main idea. So in your thesis statement, okay, it would be this thesis statement would be in your introduction, the last sentence of your introduction. Okay, in order to again give a preview of what your audience are gonna read about in the body paragraph. Okay, so let's take a look at this pattern. Pattern is point by point. So they go by food, and then you talk about moms and McPhonies, and then you talk about service, okay, mom and then McPhonies, because you're comparing two things, right? Then over here, atmosphere, moms and then McPhonies, and then you have conclusion, okay? Or you can write it in a mom versus McPhonies, and then you talk about all three way, which is called the block pattern. All right, so mom, food, service, atmosphere. McPhonies, food, service, atmosphere. Okay, and then you have your conclusion. So this one intro. Are you clear with this? Compare, contrast. You have actually learned this in school. It's just to refresh your mind about this, okay? Next is definition. Definition is a very simple kind of expository writing. Though it is simple, you have to do extensive research on it, because sometimes definition can be very dynamic. Okay, for example, the word feminism. Okay, sorry. Feminism. Okay, what do you think about this word? Are you scared of this word? If you're scared of this word, thumbs up. If you're not scared of this word, thumbs down. Feminism. Okay, nice. Okay, so back then in the day, so let's say if we are living in the 1800s. Okay, 1800s. Okay. Do you care? Would anybody care about feminism during this time? What do y'all think? Yes or no? 1800s. What do you have, right, in 1800s? Okay, maybe not. Okay, because back then in the days you have the stereotypical values, right? Okay, where men goes to work, okay, work at the kilang or like other places, and then women just stay at home, correct? Okay, I think most parts of the world would do that, okay, because it is more or less again the stereotypical culture of gender. All right, but let's say, what about in the 1900s? Do you think people care about feminism? 1900s, that time. Yes, thumbs up. No, thumbs down. So we talk about 1800s, you say no, right? What about 1900s? 1900s include like 1999 as well, yeah? Okay, or like 1980. Okay, what do you think? Yes or no? Maybe, I think there are slower movements, maybe starting from 1970-ish. I think women work that time as well, right? In 1970-ish. Your mom works, my mom works. Okay, so I think from then on, I think the movement of feminism is slowly there. Okay, it might not be documented as a form of feminist movement, okay, but there's progress. Okay, then starting from 2000s, okay, the word was I mean, the word was there ever since. It's just nobody cared to like give it a meaning. Okay, but nowadays some people are really scared of the word feminism. So let's take South Korea as an example. South Korea is a very misogynistic country. Okay, let's be real. All right, so if you're into K-pop and all those, okay, you still have to face reality as well. South Korea is not a haha hee hee place. Okay, it is more or less a misogynist place. So let's say if you happen to be a woman and you read a feminist book, okay, or if you're a man, if you read a feminist book in South Korea, they might just think that just because you read a feminist book, you are a feminist. But what do you think? If you read a feminist book, does that make you a feminist? Yes or no? I'm just curious about your thoughts. No, right? Okay, but in South Korea, they have that because I've been reading a lot of like I wouldn't say documentaries. It's like fiction written by South Korean women, but in terms of their experiences as a woman in South Korea. Okay, so it's not easy to be South Korean women, okay, because their men is just Okay, I also don't know what to say. All right, okay, but it is what it is, Okay, so we are talking about the word feminism, right? Feminism is a uh, it has his chronological phase. Let's just say that. Okay, from 1990s, what is it? What does it mean to other people? And 2000s, what does it mean? And then so on and so forth. Because everyone has like different perspective about feminism. To me, feminism is not really a very huge thing. It is just women empowerment. It shouldn't make men feel any less any women, okay, because I still think that equality and equity is very important. Okay, there's no such thing as a one up, okay, each other. Okay, men and women, we're the same. Okay, it's called the human race. All right, okay. To me, in my opinion, so feminism is more to a women empowerment. Okay, and we have a masculinity as well. Okay, now sometimes it could be fragile masculinity, all right, and people might look down at that as well. Like I have a student who wears makeup. I have a male student who wears makeup to class, okay, at Punca Alam. Okay, um for me, I don't care. And his friends are very supportive. It's not like very thick makeup like James Charles. Okay, he just wears concealer on his on his like pimples and all. Okay, and he used like lip gloss, not lip gloss, like lip balm. Okay, so that's skincare in my opinion. Okay, now I have no qualms because I wear makeup. So why can't males wear makeup? You get me? Like just to because if they have like insecurities, some of us have like insecurities. So why can't you use the same thing as another gender? It doesn't hurt. To me, it doesn't hurt anybody, right? Okay, so but other people might um feel disgusted by it. Oh, why are you making makeup? You're a man. To me, doesn't matter, right? Okay, because there are so many other things that you should worry about, like genocide. Okay, instead of like men wearing makeup. To me, lah. All right. Okay, so that is what we think about feminism as a definition. So you might have to do extensive research when it comes to definition, because again, there's so many perspective to it. Just like liberalism, just like neoliberalism, soft power, so on and so forth. Okay, so analogy over here, what do you mean by that? Okay, we always ask these questions, right? Like, what do you mean by that? So, for example, the word liberal legislation. Now, what does it mean? Because liberal legislation is so vast, it's so vague as well. Because legislation, it all depends on the country as well, right? So in Malaysia, we have very good gun control. Can you buy guns? Do you think you can buy guns? Do you think you can just walk in and say, I want to buy a gun? Can you do that in Malaysia? No, right? But in the US, do you think you can buy a gun? In the US, do you think you can buy a gun? Yes, because we are eligible. Okay, we are old enough. Okay, and just say that. Oh yeah, I just want to protect myself. All right, then you can buy a gun. So that's the differences between legislation. All right, so between countries. So if we were to give a definition to liberal legislation, then it would be very different based on different cultures, right? Okay, so again, definition, you might want to tell them what does it mean to you. Okay, so your remark may be completely misinterpreted as well, because the word liberal is very different. Like, let's say your parents' version of liberal and your version of liberal might not be the same. Okay, or even Ustad's version of liberal and also your liberal again might not be the same, because sometimes the word liberalism is just like feminism. Okay, they might think that, oh, it's against this, it's against that. Liberalism is just modernization, in my opinion. Okay, like there's nothing so deep to it, right? People just make it an issue just because. That's what I feel. Like how sometimes your life is just too peaceful and you just need a few dramas inside to make it, to spice it up. Yeah, okay, people do that, right? Just to make their lives a little bit more different or more entertaining. So why do we define? Okay, so it's for the following reason. Number one is to clarify an abstract term. What does it mean by success or hero? or loyalty, okay, like pets loyalty or your loyalty, okay, your loyalty towards your partner, your parents, your workplace, okay, all these are different kinds of loyalty, correct? It provides a personal interpretation of a term that authors feel vague, okay, or misused or misunderstood. Like feminism is always misunderstood or misinterpreted in my point of view, okay, because when you think about feminism, you are thinking about the extreme way, okay, when it's just a simple movement. It's just really just a simple movement. Then there's eco-terrorists. I'm not saying that there are people who does not take feminism to another step. There are people like that. Okay, there are women who endorse feminist movement to the point that it becomes extreme. Even in Islam as well. Okay, we have Shia, we have Sunni as well, right? We have the extremeness of Islam. Okay, we have to the point that they are coined as terrorists, okay, just because they're a little bit more extreme than the rest, okay, but that does not make them terrorists, okay, but sometimes, okay, you never know whether they truly are terrorists, okay, because I don't know them, okay, I don't know these people, can't really coin them. So what does it mean by eco-terrorist? What does it mean by terrorist? So if you kill someone, does that makes you a terrorist? Okay, so the definition of it is very misinterpreted. Okay, so let's say if you were to see someone with a turban, okay, let's say if you're white, okay, you see someone with a turban, you might feel scared and then you say, oh, this terrorist, because this is the misconception of terrorists. Okay, they think of Saddam Hussein, Osama bin Laden, all these people, okay, they are coined as terrorists and they are the faces of terrorism, and that is truly a misconception, all right, but still people are still doing that because it already becomes a not stereotype, what is it called, it's not stereotype, it's a prejudice, okay. Next is feng shui, okay, because feng shui is so abstract as well. Okay, just like my grandma, my late grandma. Okay, when I was studying at home, right? I was studying, and then she said, "Why are you studying here in Chinese lah?" Then I said, because there's the fan, okay, there's the sunlight over there. I told her. Then she said, "This here you can't study well. The feng shui is not good. You go there. If you study there, that will be better. And there's like just next to the kitchen, like." Grandma. I always tell my grandma why. Like it doesn't matter to me. Feng shui don't matter to me. Okay, there are many things that don't matter to me. Okay, but as long as I can study, then I'm fine. But she's like, no, it doesn't help you to serve up the information. I'm like, okay. But that's my late grandma. I love her very much. Okay. Next is multiculturalism. Again, very misunderstood. Okay, even from Malaysians as well. Okay, we kept saying that we are multicultural. But then some of us can be really racist. Some of you all can be really racist as well. Like when you talk about there was one there were many classes, I don't know if one of y'all the classes, okay, when I said, okay, what do you think about this, okay, what should you give uh I think it's my ELC 650 class, okay, ELC 650, in which you need to do like workplace situation and like discussion observation. They were discussing about scholarships, okay, who to give and who not to give. So they were just discussing, okay, among each other, and I listened in, and then they asked me, and then I asked them questions, and I said, okay, so what do you think about the eligibility and what are the criterias to giving your giving out your scholarship if you are part of the NGO who have that enough funds to do like uh scholarship fundings, okay, for students. And they say one of their criteria is it needs to be Bumi Putra students, okay, just so UiTM di hatiku, right? So to me, I'm offended because my dad, right, he's Chinese. So what about them? You get me? Okay. So again, multiculturalism. Next, to explain a new or unusual term or phrase, okay, found in popular culture, slang, dialect, or within a popular geographic area, like hip hop. Okay, hip hop in Malaysia is different than hip hop in, like, let's say, Nigeria. Okay, they have their own hip hop. Helicopter parents, Mac jobs, boomerang kids, okay, and all these. Okay. So next is to make them understand the language of things and how do they like the etymology of things. I would say the technical terms in particular field of study. Like the word deconstruction in linguistics is different from how a alam seni bina field would have. Okay, so the differences between deconstruction and also like for linguistic students and also in the linguistics terms and also in the architecture term is different. Identity spoofing, okay, retinities, okay, all these are medical terms, right? So you might want to give more information about that. To offer information about the term or an idea to a particular interested audience, like what does it mean by depression class that you have read just now, or movie buffs understanding film noir, okay, and to inform or entertain, okay, certain things, okay, by presenting colorful history, the culture of things, and the effect of things, comfort food, zydeco music, urban legends, okay, let's say you want to talk about Masuri, okay, all these are to inform as well. So these are the strategies that you can use to clarify your definition, because you can use so many things to clarify definitions even through examples as well. Or you can even use compare contrast, you can use process analysis just to clarify definition. So for example, the word digital detox just now, right? They use problem solution to show the definition of digital detox. So when you write definition essay, you can use all these different kind of expository writing essay just to show what does it mean. Are you clear? So there are many other ways for you to write your definition essay as well. Okay, definition essay is a very big kind of essay. Right. The fifth one would be classification. Classification is when you classify them into one, two, three, into system of orders. Okay, a body of information. Let's say if you want to talk about it chronologically, you can do like this era, that era, this era. Okay, for example, at some point you have probably turned to the classified ads in the newspaper. If the ad were not classified into categories such as house to rent, okay, you would have to search through countless ads. It's just like when you buy something on Shopee, right? Okay, first you go onto the search bar and then you type in, let's say you want to buy mechanical keyboard, okay, and then you have like a list of it, right? Okay, so you go to the shop, okay, that you think that you want to buy your mechanical keyboard from. Okay, let's say you want to buy from Logitech. Let's say, okay, I'm using a Logitech keyboard, the bubble pop one. Okay, it's okay, but I wouldn't say that it's great. So you will go on to like in on Shopee, you have like different kinds of categories like latest, okay, and then products, and then reviews, something like that, right? Okay, so that is called categories. So when you write an essay, you can categorize it into one, two, three. Okay, so for example, this one. This is an introduction to a an essay. Let's take a look at it. Visiting Mesa Verde National Park is a trip back in time to 2.5 centuries before Columbus. Christopher Columbus, by the way. The person who founded America, by the way, if you don't know. The park, located in southwestern Colorado, is the setting of a silent stone city. 10 ruins built into protective 700-foot cliffs that housed hundreds of people from the pre-Columbian era to the end of the 13th century. Visitors to the park often enjoy its architecture and history more if they know a little about the various people who live there. So they take a look at the architecture of the things, and then it makes you wonder how do they live during those times, right? It's just like when we look at rumah papan, okay, and then we imagine how do they live back in the days. Okay, same goes for this one. This one is the hook. Next, this is the thesis statement. What's the thesis statement? The Native American era may be divided into three periods that shows growing sophisticated in such activities as craft, hunting, trades, and housing. So this one is the main main argument by the author, which is that Native American era, Native American, which is the what we call as the Red Indians, may be divided into three periods. Okay, by showing some sort of like a improvement in craft, hunting, trade, and housing. Okay, and the three eras are number one, basket maker, then modified basket maker, then pueblo. Okay, so it is categorized into timelines, time periods. Okay, so in your first body paragraph, you'll be talking about basket maker. In your second body paragraph, you'll be talking about modified basket maker. And in your third body paragraph, it would be pueblo. Okay, so first body paragraph, second body paragraph, third body paragraph, accordingly to your thesis statement. So in your e-magazine, you must have a thesis statement. If you don't have a thesis statement, then you do not have that compass, because thesis statement is like your compass. Okay, it will give you the direction of what your essay is gonna go towards. Okay, so let's take a look at basket maker and how you can write about basket maker. So in the first sentence, it will be your main idea. Remember, it will be your topic sentence. Topic sentence is the same as main idea. Okay, the earliest Mesa Verdens, the basket makers, whose ancestors had been nomads, sought shelter from the dry plains in the cliffs, caves, and became farmers. During growing seasons, they climbed up tall holes, cut in the cliffs, and grew beans and squash on the green mesa above. Settling down also meant more time for crafts. They didn't make pottery yet, okay, but instead wove intricate baskets that held water. Instead of depending on raw meats and vegetables, they could now cook food in these baskets by dropping heated rocks into the water. Because the basket makers hasn't discovered the bow and arrow yet, so they rely on inaccurate spear, which meant little fresh meats and few animal skins. So they don't have much um, protein, and also don't have much clothing as well, because they use animal skin for clothing, right? Consequently, they wore little clothing but like bone, seed, and stone ornaments. Ornaments are like on your necklace, okay? They will wear like bone, seed, and stones, or like on their wrists, and so on and so forth. Okay, so this is how you write your body paragraph. You have your main idea, and then you show, okay, this is the category of basket makers. You tell more about basket makers by giving examples. Okay, so this is categories. Okay, so you put them into categories 1, 2, 3. This is classification essay. Are you clear? What about the rest? Am I only teaching 2 students? Not me. Not me. Getting mad at y'all. But there's one student who scored pretty high. 21.5 is, I would say average, but okay. Last but not least, you have the causal analysis. Causal analysis is your cause effects. Okay, causes of air pollution is 1, 2, 3. Then you have the effects. Okay, so it will look something like this. Okay, causal analysis explain the cause and effect relationship between two or more elements. So the cause would ask, why does this happen? Why? Why? Why does air pollution happen? Maybe you can talk about congestion. Maybe you can talk about like I remember my HS students say smoking, and I was like, okay, maybe smoking is a little bit too far fetched, right, for air pollution. Okay, maybe fossil fuel uses. Okay, and then there's the effects as well, like what did Y produce? Okay, what does it produce? What is the effect of it? Okay. So the organization would be, let's say, if you want to talk about your car, okay, wrecking. Okay, why did your car wrecked? Okay, you can talk about the causes, because you have defective brakes, okay, hidden yield sign, bad weather. It produces this. It comes to this outcome, right? And then If you want to emphasize on the effects, okay, your cause is that your car wrecked, okay, and what happens to this, okay, you will have to send your car to the hospital, okay, to the mechanic, okay, we call them the hospital lah. So they will have doctor's bills, okay, you have the loss of car, okay, and you have higher insurance rates, okay, because it tolaks your insurance, right, okay, the insurance rate in which you have to pay more. Okay, so this is the organization for causes and effects, okay, because I can't really say much about this because you need to understand the cause and effect relationship first in order for you to understand how to write it. Okay, so for example, like global warming, okay, what are the effects of global warming, what are the factors of global warming, okay, then you can talk about it, whether you want to emphasize on the cause or whether you want to emphasize on the effects, or you can talk about both, okay, cause and then effects, cause and then effects, okay. So these are the transitional devices that you can use. Let's say you want to add more information, okay, in your paragraph, then you can use the word in addition, moreover, furthermore. So if you want to show steps, you can use firstly, secondly, thirdly, next, subsequently, then, all these words. Okay, if you want to show compare contrast, you can use like however, you can use on the other hand, similarly, all these are compare contrast words. Or if you want to talk about, let's say, conclusion, okay, like instead of saying so, because so is very informal, you can use thus, you can use hence, you can use henceforth, you can use therefore. So all these are transitional words that you can use in your essay writing. Let's say if you don't know what words to use, you can this slide and you have so many that you can use. Okay, so for example, in conclusion, you can just say in short, in brief, in essence, to summarize. All these words you can use in your summary or in your conclusion. Okay, these are linking words, by the way. It links one point to another. Clear? Not me asking every single time, because again, I have trust issues. Okay, so remember to always check your work. I would recommend you all to check your friends' work instead of your work, because we have something called the author's blindness. Even for me, when I write research, right? I sometimes I don't make sense. Okay, but I think that I make sense. Okay, so when I let my friend read or my teammate read, okay, they will come back to me and ask, Sophia, what do you mean by this? And I'm like, oh yeah, okay, I need to change this. Okay, so we have something called the author's blindness. So it is very good for you to let your friends proofread your work and you proofread your friends' work. Again, because sometimes when you read your work too many times, right? Okay, you're too used to the errors. Okay, that you don't see the errors. Okay, so make sure that you ask someone else to check your work and ask this: are your supporting details relevant? Are my examples so well chosen? Are they clear and also persuasive? Okay, because all these supporting details would help your work to be more convincing, and not just convincing but also credible. Next, problems to avoid: lack of specific detail. Make sure that you're not too generalized. Make sure to be more specific. Lack of coherence. Okay, coherence is organization, the flow. So again, when you're talking about pizza, make sure to keep it only about pizza instead of adding burgers and other kinds of snacks. All right. So this one again is a huge issue when it comes to my students' work. They talk about everything all at once. Okay, so let's say if you're talking about basket maker, just talk about basket maker. Don't talk about modified basket maker. Don't talk about Pueblo. So that particular body paragraph is specifically only for that main idea. And that's it. Everybody clear? Nice. So I'm just gonna show you what you have to do during your break. Okay. So tomorrow I think I will be giving out the theme for your work for your LCC401 final assessment. Okay, I'll be putting it somewhere here. Okay, like right after the group list. So what you need to do is have your own group mates already. Okay, so most of you have it. Okay, please, it doesn't matter. Yeah, group 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. You don't need to present, so you can just put it in one. So I don't understand why so many students are so scared of the number one over there. You are not presenting. Okay, if you're presenting, you can be scared lah. But in this case, you're not presenting, so I don't understand why you're so scared of that. Okay, next is read through this because I'll be asking your questions based on this when we come back. Okay, so it shows you how to write an expository essay starting from intro. Then you have your body paragraph, and then you have your conclusion. Okay, so read through this one. Is about 19 slides, something like that. 20, 22. Okay, so if you cut all these, then it will be only like 19. Okay, and I give you like enough examples as well, and that's why exercises. Okay, we can do it together when we come back in January. Let me just check if it's face to face or online. I think, oh yeah, it's face to face. So I'll be seeing you all face to face at your faculty on week 11 on 2nd January. Right? Yeah. Okay? Everybody clear? All right. Thank you very much. Okay, so once I have the theme out, start thinking about the topic that you want to write. Okay, because I don't want y'all to shake your legs anymore. Okay, you don't have time. Next week is already week 11. You have to come up with your outline as soon as possible. Okay, so make sure that you send it to me ASAP and give your topics to me ASAP. Okay, so that's about it for today. I'll be seeing you all when you come back. But before you go, I would like to wish everyone a happy holidays. Make sure to spend time with your family, your friends, and also most importantly yourself. And I'll be seeing you all next year. Okay, happy holidays and happy new year. Is it happy new year? It's correct, right? Yeah, happy new year. Bye. Take care.
Thank you, Miss.
Thank you.
Thanks.
Wait.
Thank you,
Thank
madam.
you, Miss.